All right, folks, good morning. Welcome on back here this Wednesday, July 5th, although it feels like a Monday just coming off 4th of July. Great to see all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Love to see all of us here, Jith and Grant and Patrick, Manuel, later Ravina, Sam, John before, Kathleen before, and Jeff, and all of us just joining us right now inside the Cyber Group trading room. Great to see you back there. Great to have all of us back collectively, though. If you're not inside the live trading room, perhaps you're on our social streams, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. I hope everybody enjoyed the day off, at least in the half day, perhaps, if you ended up taking off on Monday as well, making a nice long weekend. Hey, let me know what you ended up doing across 4th of July, folks, from Michael, Phil, and Kathleen, Jith, etc. If there's anything fun that you ended up doing over the past day and a half, let me know right now. I'd like to start off with actually just that. Really coming off just 4th of July, nothing really in terms of stocks that we're really talking about from yesterday. We have a couple of trades here this morning, like quadruple C. CCCC, as you can imagine there. Ended up making a nice little pop-up, but then had just pulled back a moment ago. So at this point now, we'll likely put it on our watch list, but you're reluctant of trading it, though, going into the open because you got to be careful of the downtrend there off the highs. Kathleen says, grandchildren time. That's right. Kathleen ended up telling me actually on, if it wasn't on Friday, Kath, maybe it was Monday morning, you told me that you're on vacation, right? Seeing some grandchildren. So hope you had a great time there. All right, perfect. And we got a bunch more of us actually typing right now. So actually what we'll do is just pretty much begin here and we'll go right from top to bottom. Phil says he went to see an air show. He went in his pool and it's a little party of friends. There you go. Love to hear that. And Manuel says Monday, great Monday of trading. But yesterday you had 20 people over for a nice party. Manuel hosted. Where's my invite? You kidding me, Manuel? Let me get my webcam up in the trading room for this. Manuel, you kidding me? I didn't get the invite. You had 20 people over? Says next one. I'm teasing him. All right, folks. Today is not Tuesday, but today is Wednesday as I put my phone on silent there. But normally on Tuesdays, what do we normally conduct inside our live trading room? On Tuesdays, that is. On Tuesdays, what do we normally conduct? Each and every Tuesday. But today, being Wednesday, and with the markets closed on Tuesday yesterday, we're going to do it today. Traders Talk, Wednesday edition of Traders Talk. That'll be at 11 o'clock Eastern time, just live inside the Cyber Group room. So we're going to do a normal morning of audio commentary, take a small break at 10:30. Then I'll be back on at the top of that hour at 11 o'clock to do our weekly workshop, Q&A workshop, Traders Talk. So any questions that you got, feel free to shoot me over a quick private chat or email. That goes just exclusively for us inside the live trading room. If you're on social media right now, actually, let me get the QR code up right now. You could use your phone and scan that on the top left of the stream. And if you wanted to make it for our workshop this morning, then feel free to just do that and then shoot me over a question or trade of your own, josh@ctutrading.com. I always like to post that here as we go through. Now, let's just go from top to bottom here. Quadruple C. I don't know what the news is out on this stock. Ended up leading to a nice pop after the 8 o'clock move pretty much. A little spotty beforehand, but once 8 o'clock hit, it started to trend up. And it's even at that point, it had a big spread for the price. So thankfully, and we could say this now after the fact, but right around 8:15, 8:20-ish as it popped higher here, the spread filled in more. The liquidity got better on the book. So it ended up providing a nice tradable move from there and hopefully more to come. So quadruple C, I'm going to put on our watch list here. And we keep it going. This IMBL or IMPL, for that matter, just very choppy. I mean, it was the most active stock throughout the whole pre-market. But as much as you wanted to see this break higher, it just failed to do so and sideways. I'll put it on our watch list here at this point for the open. Just wishing we were showing better direction at this stage. Hoping is one thing, but otherwise you just can't rely on hope. And same to be said here with DWAC, even though this ended up making the pop. I know at 8 o'clock or prior to that, I think one of our students had called it out. It was not tradable then. It was on a big spread. It wasn't going anywhere for about 45 minutes, nearly an hour since that post was made. So the news came out, I think, over the weekend or from Monday or earlier this week, I should say. I think there was some settlement with the SEC, some $15 million settlement. So it led to a nice little pop, good reaction so far. And for right now, the spreads have contained slightly, but they're still fluctuating up and down a bit here in pre-market. So definitely want to see the order book fill in a lot more heading into the opening bell. And we'll put this back on our watch list. I say back because if you're not familiar with this trade, if you're a new student of CTU, got to show this here. DWAC off its IPO. This is back in 21, but a lot of us were here live, or a lot of us were joining Fausto and myself live on this day This is a weekly chart, but during our on-site presentation back in August, September of 21, it was right here, led to this enormous pop. It was when the news came out of Trump and his involvement with this SPAC, this special purpose acquisition company, led to a big pop up, and it was a great day trade. So like we always say here, if a stock that has history like that can make a fraction of the type of run that it made back then, that's a home run. That's a huge success. I mean, you could even say, just looking at this daily chart, this thing has tanked since, but back from November of last year, even, on the daily side here, had a gap and then it had popped up pretty nicely. So as far as a day trade, this definitely has repeated success as far as making a nice intraday move for us to capitalize on. Pull this back out. I don't have my level 4 open for DWAC, so I'm going to actually pull that up right now. So 1580 seems to be a bit of a resistance, for as thin as the book is right now in pre-market, 7,000 shares, and it's been out there for a little while. So for as long as it's been out there, the size, I would respect that 1579 price to be exact. 1579, about 7,000 shares, 78, even one lower. So 16 would be a big level. Focus on your 50-cent levels, whole numbers traditionally, but in particular 1578 to be a resistance there. All right, cool. So we got 3 stocks so far. I mean, I wish that there was something very liquid that was popping, trending up extremely well, making it even that much better for us to follow. But we got time here. MP trending up going into the open, but order book pretty thin. Oh, man, this was bad in pre-market early, so it's pushing up a little bit more now. I reckon I slipped this just on the back end of our watch list for right now. All right, so let's see what else we can grab here. MP. Just trying to find something cheaper even. All right, this TMC trade was actually looking pretty decent earlier in pre-market. I didn't make the call out. Thankfully, it ended up pushing back up and looks even better here. It's had a hell of a run, though, looking at the daily chart back from late June, back from late May, early June, you could say. Stock was like a 70, 80 cent stock, ended up popping up. So it's up already like, 250% from that point. So, just be careful of a false breakout on this trade. It's already gapped up a little bit from that close from Monday. So, just for right now, I'll add it. TMC. I don't have bookmap open for this one either. So we're going to just keep going through. RIVN was looking the best going into the 8 o'clock move. It was making a lower high at the time, but very active on the chart. Good volume on the book. So it dumped off afterwards, but now making another squeeze back up once again. RIVN, we ended up trading back from Friday of last week into Monday, the half day. So we know that there was some news in relation to their deliveries as far as their electric vehicles, their EVs. And that's also coming off the news that Tesla had over the weekend with their own EV report. So it looks like the EV market kind of hot right now, and RIVN definitely a great beneficiary of it. So up 6.5%+ right now, making a strong push once again up to 21. There was an iceberg. I'll bring bookmap back up for this one. Bring level 4 back up for this one here. There was a pretty big order up top at 2160, and it's still there. About 55,000 shares out there since like 7:45 in the morning. So, that's a big one to work off of. Then from there, 22. You had a big support level get broken through earlier at 2090. So support should become resistance even there at first. So watch 2090. Then from there, if it blasts much higher, then 2160 is your next resistance after that. All right, so we got RIVN. Now at this point, we have a pretty good list. We're also pretty much at 5% right now here on the gainer side. So if there's anything else looking good, folks, just type it in on the chat board. Let me know. For all of us on social, for all of us inside the live trading room. Didn't see much down percentage-wise early this morning. The AMRX, down about 16 now, but weak graph. Nothing much happening there. BWA, same deal. I saw some of the crypto stocks down a little bit this morning. Coin, Riot, Mara. I'll take a look at Mara. I called out earlier inside the chat board, inside the Cyber Group room, a few different support levels to work off of on this trade. How about this little teaser? If you wanted to know those support levels, join us inside our live trading room. You'll see what's underneath this chart here. And I posted it inside the chat board a little bit earlier for Jith, John, Kathleen, etc. All of us there now. So I'll be watching Mara going into the open personally. Like that's my side list stock. perhaps we'll focus on it after the open, but I feel like if you can't short it, then you might need to wait a little bit for that bounce off that support. All right, so folks, that's pretty much all I got. I mean, really, there's nothing really else looking great from the loser side, although the markets were down a little bit early this morning in pre-market, bottomed out off of 441.50, but a lot of time left to see the markets pull back lower. And then from there, perhaps around 10:30 will be an ideal time to look for that bounce or reversal. Manuel saying out of Duo, DUO, 10 cents on that, trying to get out of Hood now. Ooh, Duo had a nice little pop there, Manuel. Nice catch, and hopefully more to come on this trade. I like this move so far. Duo, put this back on our watch list. Again, I say back because back from Friday of last week, we ended up at least trading the stock. It was an ugly move, at least going into the afternoon, but NCRA from JIF, it's just not going anywhere. It moved up and down already, so if it pops once the market opens, then we'll call it out, but for right now, I'd rather us focus on the list that we just made right here. All right, if Duo is looking stronger, if Quadruple C is looking stronger for the moment, TMC, RIVN, then I'd focus on those initially. There's no need to look at something that's dropping or going sideways or not really showing any life. You want to start and stick with the best at first. All right, so folks, I think that's just about it. Just going to wrap up for us right now. So for All of Us in Social, once again, if you wanted to join us, you could either scan the QR code on the top left of the screen or go right down to the link on the green banner below. Just if you're not as fancy with the tech and all of that like myself, go right down to the link on the green banner below. Just type it in on your internet browser. It takes you to a small trial page where you sign up, get a week access inside our live trading room, especially for this morning and our Traders Talk weekly Q&A workshop. I look forward to seeing you there. But for Kathleen, Jiff, John, Manuel, Donald, love seeing Donald here with us as well. I look forward to talking to you all coming up here at the opening bell. So we got about 15 minutes left. I'm going to post and tweet the picks, folks. And then from there, we'll see what's out there. Best of luck trading heading into this market open. Talk to you all soon.